and nobody believes this bullshit. Nobody believes this bullshit. Hello, and welcome to my recap of episode 8 of the Ultimatum Queer Love. If you have not seen my recaps up till now is your chance. And we're back. Thank you for watching those. I really appreciate it. Okay, so now we're wrapping up the trial marriages with the original couples. We're gonna start with Lexi and Rae because they have the least amount of coverage this episode. There's a quick conversation between Lexi and Rae, how Lexi doesn't want to play games. She just wants to settle down and she doesn't want to be single. Rae just constantly feels like she's on the defense, which we have all seen. However, on their final night together, Lexi and Rae seem kind of flirty, and Lexi's like, it's always been you, Rae. I want to marry you. They're a little flirty, and they both say that they love each other. And Lexi asks Rae about Vanessa, and Rae's just kind of like, you already know, like, we're not doing this again. And it just kind of, that's where they're left at the end of the episode. It's just like this awkward little conversation, and Rae's like, no, we're not doing this anymore. Finally, let it go. So we'll see if Lexi actually does move on from the Vanessa thing. I guess next time, because that's it for them this episode. Vanessa and Xander, finally not the it couple of this episode. They go to see Vanessa's dad, that odd man. Vanessa's dad kind of points out that Xander is still kind of closed off with Vanessa, still loves Vanessa, but Xander's like, I'm not sure, still a little bit closed off to going back to the relationship fully with Vanessa as opposed to with Yoly. Vanessa says that she wants to marry Xander and is in it for the long haul, and nobody believes this bullshit. Nobody believes this bullshit. And Vanessa's dad calls her out and is like, no, Vanessa, you don't want to get married. You just want to win. You just want to beat Yoly. Your ego's hurt. So that's all this is. And Xander's right there and hearing all of this. So I hope Xander's taking it to heart. And I hope Xander heard him say that, because he's not wrong. Vanessa was kind of butthurt about this, but it is what it is. And I know that Vanessa doesn't want to lose Xander, but I don't know, maybe they can still be friends. On the last night before the ultimatum, Vanessa calls Xander my Xander, and Xander's saying how she loves two different people and she's not sure which way she's gonna go. Vanessa says she grew and that she realized how much love she has to give, and that she has even more love to show Xander if they were to get engaged and continue on after the ultimatum. On the last night, Xander takes advantage and hooks up with Vanessa one more time. I really hope they don't end up together. Mildred and Tiff are at the beach and they're having a very serious conversation about Mildred's son who has special needs. And Tammy Talks, who also does recaps on the show and several others, and she's very funny, she mentioned that it's interesting that Mildred has a special needs son and probably has a lot of patience with him, but not a lot of patience with anybody else. Like, she's probably tapped out of that patience for everybody because it's all reserved for her son. And I found that very interesting. I see you. It is a very deep and adult conversation, and the dogs end up interrupting and getting all wet and sandy at the beach. The final night before the ultimatum, or the final night together, Mildred and Tiff are talking, and Tiff is asking, like, why do you want marriage with me? And Mildred's talking about her ex and how she wasn't really in love with her ex, how it was more a partnership or a business arrangement than a marriage, and that set off Tiff lots of red flags, like, well, then why are you marrying me? Do you just want to be married? If marriage means so little to you that it's just like a business arrangement, then why are we even doing this? Like, why is this so important to you? Good questions. Of course, because, it's Mildred and Tiff, it doesn't end well, and they end up fighting and walking away, and we'll see. It better be a no. It better be a no. My least favorite to talk about, just because it's draining. As a viewer, it's draining. Aussie and Sam. # justice for Sam. We are finally with Sam's friend Charmaine and Aussie at a Mexican restaurant or something like that. And Sam says that she's ready to speak up, and she tells Aussie that Aussie has bad energy sometimes. Aussie says it's bullshit, and Charmaine is like, so you think Sam's opinions are bullshit? Her feelings are bullshit? And then Aussie gets upset. Says nobody's seeing Aussie's side, says Aussie needs to come first, breaks down, leaves the restaurant to go sit outside and cry. Sam is like, no, I am not going to go out there, and I'm not going to give into this childish behavior. I'm not going to go out and see if Aussie's okay after this tantrum. I'm not going to do it. So Charmaine, Sam's friend, not even Aussie's friend, Sam's friend, goes out and sees Aussie and is like, how you doing? Aussie breaks the down. Okay. Aussie is not doing great. Apparently there was a lot of baggage and a lot of triggers about how Aussie always feels like Aussie's doing something wrong, always being attacked, always being beaten down. And that's just not true. I mean, Charmaine tries to talk Aussie down a little bit, but there's no reasoning with that. It's because it's coming from a purely feeling, an emotional place. There's no logic in that. And Aussie really needs to go to therapy to work through their past and I think their present. Sam, I'm talking to you. Get out. Aussie leaves. Just leaves in the car. Charmaine goes inside, and then Sam comes outside and is looking for Aussie and saying like, oh, I thought Aussie would come back in. Nope, Aussie's gone. Okay, Sam and Aussie end the episode. They're at home. Aussie says that Aussie loves Sam, but Aussie doesn't feel safe with Sam. Sam says that Aussie is selfish, which is true. And that Sam has been giving Aussie so much freedom, so much safe space that it's exhausting and draining. And how is this going to change, move forward? How is Aussie going to contribute to this relationship and put in some work to not make everything blow up? Aussie gets ticked at that question. Just the question of like, okay, how is this going to change moving forward? Loses it. Gets pissed. Starts calling Sam, okay, mate. And Sam's like, don't disrespect me and call me mate. And then Aussie's like, mate. Like rubbing it in. And it's like, bitch, please. No. What are you doing? Like, I thought you loved this person. Why are you being so like a dick to them? So Sam calls Aussie an ass, like says you're being an ass. Aussie, of course, then it is, not an attack, but it's more aggressive coming from Sam now. So did anybody get on their bingo card? Aussie leaves again? Huh? Aussie leaves again. Takes the mic off, leaves again. But then Aussie says that in Aussie's confessional that Aussie doesn't want to lose the one and Sam is the one. Then it's like, well, then grow the fuck up. And so Aussie goes back to the apartment and apologizes to Sam, and they go to bed. God, I hope Sam bails. Justice for Sam. Sam needs to bail. This is too much for anyone to deal with other than a therapist. Sam don't get paid enough for that. And our star couple of the episode is Mal and Yoly. Mal and Yoly are meeting with Alicia, Mal's friend, who we love from before. Yoly's biological clock is ticking. She wants a family, and she fell in love with Xander. And Alicia is in shock. She's just like, what the fuck happened here? Although Alicia is not Team Yoly for Mal. Throwing that out there. The talk of IVF and money and saving for it comes up again, and how Xander has savings for IVF and Mal maybe not. And Yoly doesn't trust Mal as a parent, and Mal's like, why? I'm a godparent to several kids, so like, what's your problem with me? Like, what? And Yoly never explains it. Yoly never says like why she thinks that Mal would be a bad parent or they wouldn't work other than the money thing. Yoly gets upset and leaves. And Alicia and Mal are there, and essentially Alicia's like, so it doesn't look like love's enough for Yoly. And that's kind of what we're learning here. Love is not enough. I just feel bad for Mal. The night before the ultimatum, so their last night together as their trial marriages, Yoly and Mal are making pizza. And Yoly is thanking Mal for how she showed up for Yoly for the last, the trial marriages and how she put in the effort. Mal says, you're still the one. I still choose you. Yoly's still not sure. She's still torn between Mal and Xander. And Mal says, this could be our final night. So, Mal asked Yoly's parents for their blessing in asking Yoly to marry Mal. And they said yes. And Mal tells Yoly this. And Yoly's kind of like, well, now what the fuck do I do? Now my parents are involved. But Yoly's like, well, thank you for honoring my family. And thank you for, I guess, putting in the effort to do that, even though I don't think it's gonna end well. The episode ends on a montage of everybody getting the next morning, and it's Yoly and Mal's turn to answer the ultimatum. Mal, as promised, proposes to Yoly. And then we're left on the cliffhanger because dun dun dun, we don't know what. Because of course they need to hook us for the next episode. I gotta come back, so you gotta come back. It's just how it works. My predictions for the ultimatum is that Mal obviously proposes to Yoly. I think Yoly's gonna say no. I think Yoly's gonna want to be with Xander. I think Xander is going to be with Yoly. I don't think Xander's gonna go with Vanessa. I think Vanessa will be on her own, and I think Mal will be on her own. I hope to God Sam and Aussie and Mildred and Tiff all break up. I hope to God they all break up. That's what I want to happen. I don't know if it will, but that's what I want to happen. Lexi and Rae, I think Lexi will want to stay together, and I hope Rae leaves alone, because I think she's got some more exploring and discovering to do for herself. Those are my predictions. What are yours? Tell me in the comments below who you think will propose, who you think will say yes, who you think will leave alone. I want to hear it all. And if you subscribe, make sure to say I'm a subscriber in the comments, and I'll shout you out next time. So keep an eye out for that. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when episode 9 is live, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.